The benthic invertebrate collection is an archive of preserved animal specimens that are in bottles and jars. The collection has about 40,000 jars of samples, many which have never even been looked at. They're a snapshot in time of when they were collected and from where they were collected. They could last for hundreds and hundreds of years. Here at Scripps, most of our collection has been gathered by Scripps researchers over the decades. Sometimes we'll get an inquiry or establish a collaboration with a scientist who might be retiring who doesn't have access to a permanent collection like we have here at Scripps. And their collections that they might have accumulated over the decades of their careers are then at risk of being lost. They represent unique snapshots or part of time series that give us a valuable insight into what the biodiversity was at that particular time when those specimens were collected that cannot be replaced. Even if people wanted to go back and sample from these habitats, it's very expensive. They're really, really very valuable, and often it's been millions of dollars of ship time and effort to collect these samples, so it's a great shame for them to be lost to science. In my lab, we publish between 10 and 20 new species a year. That's a fairly small contribution given we think between 18 and 20,000 new species are described, formally named every year. But when we think about how many there are still to actually name, the estimates are in the millions. At the rate of 20,000 new species being named every year, there's a long, long way to go before we really have formally named all the biodiversity on Earth. I think collections are really valuable, not just the collection we have here at Scripps, but the nationwide network here in the US of collections, which have suffered over the years of a decline in relevance and funding, which was, I think, largely misguided. Museums and collections are regarded as old-fashioned, and yet they are the core repositories of our understanding of biodiversity in the world. It's very difficult to predict what they may well be useful for, but that's no reason that we should not maintain them for the future. My role as the curator for the benthic invertebrate collection is a temporary role, but I hope that the collection is a long-term entity that will continue as long as Scripps exists.